Hi all, Steve from TME. Just running through Jim who works his car, VR4, built motor and so on in it. We'll go inside it first and have a look. A few of you have asked about this car. So it's got the factory grey Recaro's interior. It's had a fair bit of other stuff. It's got a Link ECU plug-in. It's got a dash as well. You can see my phone reflecting in it quite nicely. Comes on with nice logos and stuff. Jim wanted to keep the original cluster, so that's all still back there. And as you can see, it's got some cool features telling you coolant temp and battery and so on. This is basically a screen for tuning and running along that. You can have different views. If we press here, we've got, whatever you want sort of thing. It's a little bit blurry because the phone can't seem to focus properly on it. There we go. So yeah, you can have a variety of screens and so on. We tend to run this one quite a bit here, and often with more things than that. So yeah, basically it's a plug-in ECU that goes in the usual spot down there. Cable, this is our CAN bus cable connecting to the dyno. Jim's got some nice power supplies there, which is good because I can charge my phone, usual head unit, that sort of stuff. Yeah, Evo 10 steering wheel. So cruise control and all that sort of stuff works. The stereo buttons work, phone answering, all that sort of stuff. So pretty cool. Not many VR4s running that, but I'm sure there'll be more. A couple are starting to copy it. You go outside the car, it's got some bodywork mods to fit the wider wheels. It's got MCA coilovers in it. It's got some flares and stuff. The front guards are a little bit wider, if you spot that. In the engine bay, it's got a built motor that we built for another customer years ago. Jim bought that off him and put another timing kit on it and put it in the car. He's made some aftermarket manifolds, or Jim's made them at home. Some manifolds for mounting up some other turbos, so you could fit TD04s on there or whatever. These are TF035s, which are kind of between a TD03 and a TD04. It's running a drive-by-wire throttle body, Bosch Motorsport throttle body that's welded on the end of the manifold, and it all looks pretty neat. It's running full sequential ignition, unlike factory. So yes, it's coil on plug, but they're actually individually fired. We can do that with the Link ECU. It's got some battery posts over there. It's got an airbox, it's pretty neat. The battery's actually in the boot. Yeah, it's got an oil cooler that I would argue is in the wrong spot, which is why I've got this fan blowing down and up underneath the car. It's got a bit of changes done in here to fit the turbo. The manifold had to, the radiator had to move the fan. We had to move the radiator fan, so that's gone from there to the front. Well, he had to, I didn't. It's got the usual projector headlights, blacked out front, some cooler stuff. The front lips the front bar's been modified to not have those vertical sections in a facelift bar. It's got a light bar as well for that extra light. He modified the bonnet himself as well. So it's a steel bonnet with a cutout in it for getting some heat and airflow out of it. That's what happens when you own Evos, you start noticing how hot these engine bays are. What else is done at the moment? We're just sort of getting it tuned. We're up to wastegate boost on 98. We're at 255 kilowatts at this point. So yeah, just show you in the boot. It's got, the nice logoed mats, floor mats from Matcraft. The battery is over here. I'm sure there's a way of turning the light on in here. There we go. Maybe see that better. So there's a lithium battery in there with circuit breaker and so on. So they're starting to copy that idea now. Yeah, pretty neat car all up for a road car. Nothing too crazy set up, but a lot of work being done. Of course, it's running Brembo brakes. Gosh, I can't think of much else, but yeah, pretty much every aspect. Oh, it's got diff in the front changed. It's got an SAYC rear diff. It's got a peen and polished gearbox with our modified third gear as well, carbon synchros, billet diff tube, that sort of stuff. So yeah, all in all, a pretty well-rounded car.